everybody, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to Jyoti Verma. So today for this video guys, I am here with you guys with an absolutely new chapter for class 6 science, that is components of food. Now this chapter is a continuation of the very first chapter, that is food, where does it come from. So if you haven't watched the sprint session, the one short sprint session for that particular chapter yet, then what are you doing here? So please do watch that sprint session after watching this video. The link will be provided in the description box of class 6 science sprint playlist below. So today we are going to deal with the components of food. Now in the very first chapter you have understood that where does food comes from, and now you have to understand that the food that we get, what is actually inside the food, because we do not just eat food to fill our stomach, but also we eat food for other purposes, like so that it benefits our body, makes us healthy, makes us it can lead to our growth, increase in height, and everything that we want and that we expect from it. So which kind of food should you eat? And this is a very important chapter, and this will help you to analyze in your mind that what kind of food should you eat and what kind of food should you not eat. So without doing any further ado, let's begin with our sprint. But let me tell you that what are your to-dos for the day. So in order to you have any doubt for this particular chapter, so the doubt solving form is provided in the description box below, so please do check it out and write your doubts in the doubt solving form provided below. Your doubts will be instantly solved through mails. Fine. Now suggestion: if you want any videos of your choice, then the suggestion form is provided in the description below, so please do fill it up if you want any video of your choice, any chapter or anything else. Now the test link in description, the test for this particular chapter is provided in the description, so that as soon as you watch this video and revise everything, so that you can take your test that how much have you understood from this particular video. And the session PDF notes in the form of this session PDFs in the form of notes is also provided in the description box, so that you can get notes for this particular chapter and prepare for your examinations very properly. So guys, now let us begin with our content. So before that, let us understand first of all that what exactly is nutrition. What exactly is nutrition that I'm talking about? So nutrition is the process of consuming nutrients required for the growth and development for body to obtain energy, as known as nutrition. So when we have food, we are not just eating food, but also we are also trying to consume something that may benefit our body, that may lead to our further growth, to our future growth, and that can develop our body, and so that we can get energy out of it, and that is only known as nutrition. Fine. Now, our food contains three main substances called nutrients. These are fats, proteins, and carbohydrates. That are the three main nutrients that our body has. These are fats, carbohydrates, and proteins. These three are very important nutrients that our body should have. In addition, our body requires water, salts, the minerals, vitamins, and fibers. After this, our body also requires water. Without water, you cannot live. Our body also requires salt. Salt is a necessity of our body. Not only salt is necessary so that our food becomes tasty, but also it helps in our body development. As well as our body requires a lot of minerals, vitamins, and fibers. The fibers like calcium, the iron fiber, the copper fiber, these are all the fibers that our body also requires. These are the requirement of our body. Now what exactly is diet? What exactly is diet? Let's deal with it with a very short definition. So the definition comes here. So it is the amount of food eaten by a person at a time. So diet is the amount of food eaten by a person at a time. For example, if in 3 days, here comes the pen, and for example, in 3 days, I am having 20 chapatis. So my diet is of 20 chapatis. If in one day I am having 8 chapatis, then my diet is of 8 chapatis, and this is what is diet. Now you have to make sure that your diet is very appropriate, because your diet will only decide that whether your body has to grow or not, because only having food will not help you. If you have overfood or if you have very less food, then you will not get the proper vitamins and nutrients that your body actually needs. Now this is a table. So in the table 2.1, there are some common meal of different regions and states, and then you have to just look at this table and tell me guys that what do you find in this table. In different region, the item that people have is different. Like here the vegetables that they have and the other things that they have is totally different, but all these things actually have a lot of food components in it. So the different foods have different components. Means the component that curd has will not be in the milk. The component of food that the curd has will be not in the milk. If milk has calcium, then curd will not have calcium. So different components of food are found in different food items. So you must be aware that we should always eat a rainbow, because eating a rainbow may give you all the vitamins and nutrients your body requires, because different food have different nutrients. And when you eat a rainbow doesn't mean you have to eat the rainbow. Fine, eating a rainbow actually means that when you have different food items, like someday you had if one day you have vegetables and the other day you have lady's finger, then the other day you had the bottle gourds, then the other day you have bitter gourd. So these are the vegetables, different vegetables having different nutrients. Now what do various nutrients do to our body? Why are we studying about them, and what they will actually do to our body? So here comes the answer, and here we have our answer. Then the energy giving food like carbohydrates and fats. So the food that give us with energy, that the component of food that provides us with energy, so that we can walk, we can run, we can do anything that we want, and that is because of carbohydrates and fats. But the excessive consuming of carbohydrates or fats can make you very fat, and can make you this will not make you deficiency of this particular thing, but also not only that, but if it will it will make you sick anyhow, and then you can also die. So now what are the body building foods? So the food that build up your body, that develop your body, so that is proteins. The proteins is a body building food that helps in your growth of your body, and that is only the body building food. So you must consume carbohydrates, fats and proteins as well. Now what are the protective food that protects your body from different diseases that are all spread around the world? Like at this time COVID is spread, so your people are saying that your immunity should be very strong. So of course your immunity should be very strong. So how will you make your immunity very strong? Through consuming vitamins and minerals. What are vitamins? What are minerals? We are further going to learn about this as well. But let me tell you that these are the protective food. This will protect you from diseases. So please do consume vitamins and minerals during this pandemic time, as you will be all safe, because this will help you, this will protect you from all the diseases like COVID as well. Now what are fats? So fats act as fuel in our body, but they provide more energy than carbohydrates. Now they are fuels for our body. Fuels means, for example, that if there is any vehicle, then that needs petrol or diesel. In the same way, our body needs food, and inside food it also needs fats. As the name suggests, the excessive consuming of fats can make you fat, of course. So they provide more energy even compared to carbohydrates. If carbohydrates provide 80% of energy, then fats will provide 100% of energy. But it doesn't mean that carbohydrates is not it's not useful for your body. Instead you can consume fats, but of course you have to consume carbohydrates as well. Now moving on, now we will learn about that proteins are required for growth and repairing of our body. They help in building new tissues. Now, whenever you fall or whenever you get any injury due to some reason, like you were playing and you suddenly fell on the road and you had got some injury, then your tissues ruptures. Your tissues rupture. Tissues are a group of cells in your body. Your each and every organ is made up of building blocks known as cells. Now, when your tissues ruptures, then what happens is you need to fix them up, because if you do not fix them up, then your injury won't heal up. And do you guys know that the new skin that you get, the new skin that you again get back, that is all because of proteins. Because when you consume proteins, then proteins help your body to actually build up your tissues. They help in building new tissues whenever you get injuries. Then the rupture tissues, they help to build up new tissues, and thus you get new skin and your wound is helped up. Now moving on here. So vitamins are required. What are vitamins first of all? So that only we are going to learn here. So vitamins are required by our body in a very small quantities. We do not need a lot of quantity of vitamins, but actually we require vitamins in very small quantities. Vitamins help in keeping our eyes, bones, teeth and gums healthy. So when you consume vitamins, that they keep your eyes, then your teeth, then the gums that you have to which the teeth are stuck, and your bones, actually they help to keep them healthy and strong. So the food items rich in vitamins are called protective food, as they protect our body from diseases and keeps us healthy. So if you will be healthy, if your body is protective, then of course, if your body is protective and you are healthy, then of course no diseases can even touch you. For this is a very cool example that during this COVID, the doctors and scientists are telling that you need to consume food that increases your immunity basically, that your immunity should be strong. So how can you make your immunity strong? Through consuming food rich in vitamins and minerals. Now, from where will you get that? The grains such as rice, wheat, sorghum, peas, beans, sago, that is known as sabudana as well, sugar cane, sugar beet, many fruits like banana, mango, melons and vegetables are good sources of carbohydrates. So from these food items like rice, wheat, sorghum and peas and etc. will provide you with carbohydrates. Fats are obtained either from plants or from animals. Groundnut oil, soybean oil and mustard oil are example of fats. So you must have heard of it, that if you consume a lot of oil, then you will become fat, because that consists of fat, of course. Then there are also fats like butter and ghee that are obtained from animals. Now guys, if you are really enjoying the video, if you are really getting your concepts clear on this particular chapter, then please do not forget to tell me in the comment section that is provided below. And if you have any doubts related to this chapter, then please do fill the doubt solving form and the suggestion form if you want any videos of your choice. Now, basically, vitamins are of different kinds known as by different names. So, you must have heard of vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin D, vitamin C. So, these are the different kinds of vitamins. Some of them are vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin E and K. There is also a group of vitamins called vitamin B complex. Our body needs all types of vitamins in small quantities. You know that our body doesn't require only vitamin E or vitamin C. It actually requires all the vitamins, vitamin A, whether it's vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin E, vitamin K. Our body requires all of these in small quantities. Vitamin A keeps our skin and eyes healthy. If you have sufficient amount of vitamin A in your body, then your eyes and your skin will be healthy. Vitamin C keeps our body helps our body to fight against many diseases. And if you have sufficient amount of vitamin C in your body, then you will never get diseases, because that will help you fight from different diseases that may affect your body and your health as well. Now, vitamin D helps our body to use calcium for bones and teeth. So, if you do not have vitamin D, then you will be not able to use calcium that will help your bones as well as your teeth. Basically, your teeth are also your bones only. So basically your teeth are also your bones. So if you will not have sufficient amount of vitamin D in your body, then your teeth as well as your bones will not be healthy because they will face the lack of calcium. And your body and your body bones and teeth actually require vitamin D. Actually they require calcium, but for calcium you need vitamin D, of course. Now what is roughage? So the roughage is also known as dietary fibers, fine. So the whole grains, flour and cereals, potatoes, fresh food, raw and cooked food, vegetables provide roughage to our body. It helps in proper digestion on food and prevents constipation. Now, these are the food items like whole grains, flours and cereals. When you will consume them, then they will provide your body a dietary fiber that may help you in your growth, and this will prevent you from constipation. Now, what does water actually do to our body, and why do actually we need water? So, our body requires a large quantity of water daily, like 5 to 7 liters water we should consume daily. Water helps our body to perform many functions like digestion, throwing out of dissolved waste as urine and impure blood. Now, basically, our body needs the function of digestion in us, because if digestion won't take place in our body, then the food that we consume will not be digested, and for that you actually require water. Water helps in digestion of food, as well as it helps to excrete food like your urine. So what does actually urine do to you? What does actually urine do to you? That urine basically cleans up your body, and then you excrete it. So water also keeps our body cool through sweating. Now when you feel very hot, when there's a very hot weather, then you keep sweating, fine. So that sweat is because you are feeling very hot. But why is it coming? Because your body needs to be cool. Because if your temperature of your body increases a lot, then it may affect your health a lot. So that's why whenever you feel very hot, then the water in your body releases. Then the water that releases in your body in the form of sweat keeps your body cool. And water also helps in blood circulation. Now this will also help your body to circulate blood in the process of blood circulation, basically. Now moving on, what are deficiency diseases? Now let us know about them. So what are actually deficiency diseases? Diseases that occur due to the lack of nutrients are called deficiency diseases. Now there are many diseases that occur due to lack of nutrients, like if you have no vitamin A, then you may have blindness, night blindness, or the lack of vision. There are also a lot of diseases. So as in the table given below, like table 2.3, here are them. So vitamin, mineral. Which mineral do you need? So vitamin A, loss of vision. What are the symptoms for it? Like vitamin B1, then the beriberi, you can get the disease of beriberi. Then vitamin C can cause you scurvy, basically it's scurvy. Then what can the lack of vitamin D cause? So lack of vitamin D can cause rickets, and the lack of calcium may not help you, but exactly affect your body. How will it affect? Your bones and teeth will become very weak, and that is known as bones and tooth decay. Now lack of iodine may cause goitre, and lack of iron may cause you anemia. And what are the symptoms for it? Please do read out the symptoms, and please do consume all food that is healthy. Do not go for junk food, because junk food is actually tasty, but they do not provide you with vitamins and minerals that your body requires, because you do not have to just fill your stomach, but you have to also fill the requirements of your body. Now, what is actually balanced diet? So this is 100% guaranteed, might appear in your examination, that what is balanced diet from this particular chapter. So you have to look at the definition very well. Now, a diet containing all nutrients. If there is a diet that contains all the nutrients and other components in proper proportion, is called balanced diet. If your diet is containing all the nutrients in proper proportion, means if you need vitamin in very small quantity, then it should be in that much quantity, and that is known as balanced diet. When you balance your diet through a timetable that you make, through a table that yeah, today I do not have to have a lot of calories, I do not have to have a lot of fats, but of course tomorrow I'll have a bit of fat, tomorrow I'll have a bit of carbohydrates. So in this way you can balance your nutrients. We all know that cooking improves the taste of food. So now this is a different topic other than balanced diet, so please do concentrate here. So we all know basically that when we cook food, then it improves the taste of foods and it makes easier for our body to digest the food. Fine. But do you guys even know it? When your food will be overcooked, at the same time cooking also result in loss of certain nutrients, because it will burn the nutrients that are present in the food. So overcooking may lead to burning the nutrients that are present in the food, not cooking. Normal cooking won't do that, but overcooking can actually do that. So you should not consume overcooked food. Fine. And many useful proteins and considerable amount of minerals are lost if excess water is used during cooking and it's thrown away. Means if you are using so much of water during cooking and then you throw away, then all the nutrients and vitamins, they will just flow away with water, and then your stomach would fill, but the requirement that your body needs will not be completed. Vitamin C gets easily destroyed by heat during cooking. Vitamin C is something that will easily destroy while you cook the food. Would it not be sensible to include some fruits and raw vegetables in your diet? Of course it would be sensible. So please do include raw vegetables and raw fruits in your diet, because raw foods and raw vegetables do not lose their vitamins and minerals. So it's good to have cooked food, but also you need to include raw things in your diet. This is what it is trying to say. Now here comes another slide. If we wash vegetables and fruits after cutting or peeling them, then all the vitamins and nutrients present in them will be flown and washed away with water. So if this is for example, here I will show it to you. If there is any apple, and if I have cut it and then I'm washing it with water, then what will happen? The vitamins that are present on its surface, they will just flow away with water, and then what will I get exactly? What will exactly I get? Nothing. Only my stomach would be filled, and then the requirement that I have for my body, I won't be able to provide my body the sufficient requirements. And that is the reason first you have to wash the fruits and vegetables and then peel them or cut them. So guys, hope you have found this video informative, not only in the vision of exam, not only with the vision of your exams, but also in your daily lives, because science is a very important subject. This will tell you that what your body requires and what not. And after watching this video, I hope that you will start eating healthy foods and healthy vegetables. So guys, do not forget to subscribe to my channel if you really found this video informative and helpful, and do like this video, give it a big fat thumbs up, and do subscribe to my channel and share this video with your friends, family, relatives, and whoever you want to watch this video and benefit from this video. So let's meet in our next video. Till then, bye guys.